Anyway, I'm going to tell you guys a little Halloween horror story. Not Horror, but Whoreer. And it all starts with me downloading an app called Hinge. And the person me telling this story is to make guys, I guess, who are dating, I'll say feel better. I think that's why I'm going to share this story with you guys. But anyway, download this app called Hinge. Start talking to this girl, super cute. She's like a gym girl. She's military, kind of a red flag for me. Military and nurses, a little bit of a red flag for me. For those guys, men who've dated nurses and military women, I think we know why. Anyway, we start talking back and forth, and I'm good at dancing, so I'm like, hey, you should come to a bar with me, country bar. I can show you, we should, do a dance lesson, or we can dance. And she's like, oh, okay, that sounds fun. We're actually going to this bar like 2 days from now, on Halloween. You should come with us, and with me and my friends. And ordinarily, I'll be honest with you guys, like, I used to be really uncomfortable meeting a woman and her friends on a first date. I would prefer something more one-on-one, but I'm really good at talking to people, making people feel comfortable, and you get to kind of find out who a person is, a woman is, when you find out who their friends are, so end up going to this bar. I meet her and her friend's cousin. We're all hanging out. I advise you go to the dance floor. They got a few more drinks. I was only going to have 2 or 3 drinks the entire night, but they are a little bit more intoxicated than I was. So go to the dance floor, show my date how to dance, showed her some moves, and I showed my date's friend, who, by the way, was a little bit disappointed. She was like, I wanted you to bring some of your friends for me to dance and hang out with, and she's a little bit, I would say, not like upset, but like, wow, she was really disappointed I didn't bring any guy friends with me, because that night, a lot of my other guy friends were busy, It wasn't actually Halloween night. It was like leading up to it. Anyway, I showed them how to dance a little bit. My Hinge date and her friend, I think things are going well. But here's the thing. My Hinge date and her friend just kept on drinking. Like, to the point where my Hinge date kind of like fell down a little bit once or twice, So I started to get a little bit uncomfortable with how, I would say, like, intoxicated they were. And I'm the type of guy, I don't drink a lot. Like, I go out, have, like, maybe 2 drinks, drink a ton of water. A few hours later, I'll drive home, I totally lost my train of thought. Again, my Hinge's friend, she was, again, a little bit frustrated with the fact that I didn't bring any of my male friends. So I was at the bar, and this is the thing that really bothered me a lot. It's how women treat men that they find unattractive, how viciously they treat them. I was kind of, it was really off-putting for me. But anyway, I was talking to her, and I'm like, hi, like, I didn't bring my friends, but there are lots of guys here. You could talk to any one of these guys. In fact, I could, like, talk to them for you, or you could have, my Hinge date, I guess your roommate, talk to them. And every single guy that either my Hinge date or, I would point out, she'd be like, ew, he's so disgusting, gross, I could never, like, compared to my ex, no, ever. I'm very picky. And keep in mind, this is a short, overweight Latina chick, and I'm all for, picking a partner that is, that you want, aligning yourself with a partner, or, trying to find a partner that you find is attractive, but when you're overweight and your dating criteria is like over 6 feet tall, tall white guy that works out, I mean, that kind of shrinks your dating pool a lot, significantly. So, I don't know, and I even told her, I was like, hi, or, what if I said the same thing you're saying about these men, random men I'm seeing, what if I said those same things about a random woman, like, oh, she's overweight, she's ugly, ew, disgusting, I can only date, I don't know, 6 foot tall, blonde blue-eyed white chicks. You'd probably get, like, women are probably, I don't know, I feel like as a man, I get treated as maybe sexist for saying that. Maybe. But again, it all comes down, or not sexist, maybe I don't know, it can maybe be construed as racism, but again, I don't think mate preference is racism. But you understand what I'm saying? Women are very sensitive about the way that men describe them, you know. And but anyway, the reason why I brought this up is I was very shocked and surprised at the way that these women were treating men they didn't find attractive, you know, like, ew, disgusting, like, oh, like, get this cricket away from me. And these men weren't even trying to talk to her, just random dudes that they saw on the dance floor. But anyway, my hinge date, the friend, kept on drinking, you know, and drinking. And it got to the point where my hinge had kind of difficulties, like, keeping balance. We danced on the dance floor. She started, like, you know, moving on my leg a little bit, like, kind of swaying, not even looking at me, just kind of, like, dancing like this, you know, and I started to feel a little bit uncomfortable, you know? So I go over to her friend of them again, and her friend is like, just keep on drinking more with us. You can go back to our house, spend the night with her. It'll all be a great time. And I literally just met them that day, and I have no problems, like, morally, you know, hookups, whatever. But I just felt uncomfortable, and I just wasn't hooking up with someone that's that inebriated is not really my thing. You know, so I kept on going to the bar and, you know, ferrying back water for them. And I tried to talk. I started talking to my other friends there a little bit more, my, you know, coworkers. And I started talking a little more. I kind of lost out of my hinge date. Anyway, turned back around. It evidently, she found another guy and is doing everything except actual, like, penetration on the dance floor with another random dude she found. My hinge date that I brought to the bar. You know? And I was just kind of like, I was like, damn, okay, shit. Like, evidently she just only wanted to hook up tonight. I guess that's the only reason. Is my camera? Oh, it's not cracked. Never mind. For a second, I was seeing a reflection. I thought it was cracked. No, I was kind of like, I was like, damn, like, kind of surprised. I was like, wow, this is like some, like, high school level stuff. Like, this is the first time I met her. You know, it's not like she's my girlfriend or anything. So I was like, whatever. You know, so then a friend called me back over, you know, over Latina friend. It's like, oh my gosh, go save her, get her some water. That other random guy's dancing with her. And I'm like, that's no longer my problem. Like, she can do whatever she wants to do. She's a over 21 adult mature woman, you know. So I ended up spending the rest of the night with my other friends. I showed them how to dance a bit. And yeah, it's one of the reasons I don't go out a lot, because of how, I guess, disgusting and vicious people are. Like, I sometimes, like, oh, it might be fun to go to a bar or something, and I think about all the drunk people that are talking to me, you know, and just, I don't know, man. Anyway, I probably yapped too long, but for those men out there who are feeling bad about, you know, oh my gosh, I want to get a girlfriend, I want some emotional intimacy or physical intimacy. There's nothing wrong with having either one of those. Don't feel so bad, okay? So I'm not trying to sound arrogant here, but I'm an objectively good-looking guy. I'm really tall, I work out, I've got a degree in engineering. And a lot of the women I, like, see and go out and date with, I sometimes find them very visually attractive, and I start talking to them more, getting to know a little bit more about them. And my attraction levels start decreasing, you know. So I know there are a lot of men out there who either they feel inadequate or they feel like they're missing out on maybe not being part of nightlife. And, you know, there's a season for everything. And don't feel bad. That's basically what I'm saying. Just don't feel bad, because, you know, there are definitely women and, you know, good men out there. But you're not missing out that much by not going out and getting super drunk and hooking up with strangers. I'm just speaking from personal experience. I've been there, you know. So basically, that's more of my story. Like, what else am I gonna say?